Good afternoon, dear students.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good
Okay,
afternoon.
now we will start today's our lesson, and at today's lesson we will speak about education in colleges. So at our last lesson we spoke about education at schools, yeah? As a continuation of it, we will speak about education in colleges. And before starting the lesson, as usual, we will talk about the events which are going on in the world. Some news, first of all. Have you prepared any news? What's going on in the world? Let's organize. Let's create the language atmosphere first in order to make it easy for us to start the lesson. Please. Any news?
A branch of Malaysia City University will be opened in Samarkand. The branch is designed to train students in tourism and journalism.
Good, very good. Thank you for your news. And the next one. Next news, please.
I have a news.
Louder, please. A bit louder. Shahran Iswa.
Okay. The government of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan agreed to reduce tariffs for railway transportation by 50%. Ambassador of Uzbekistan to Kazakhstan, Sedikram Niyazkojayev, said about that. Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan signed an agreement on granting a 50% discount on railway transportation.
Okay, good. Good news. And next one, please. Who else has got any news? What else is happening in our country and in the world? Please.
May I speak?
Please, Nargiza. We will listen to you.
Nowadays, coronavirus is becoming a wide range of phenomenon, and that's why in Venezuela, the 1st of June, from the 1st of June, the cost of petrol is increasing very highly, and most of the countries surrounded by it are very worried about it.
Unfortunately. Okay, thank you for your news. And so if you haven't got any other news, we will start our lesson about colleges, education at colleges, yeah? Now we have a video on education in colleges. First of all, we will watch this video and then we will continue. Unfortunately. So now I will find it. Where is the video? I cannot find it anyway. Okay, so sorry. I made you wait, and so let's watch this video first, then we'll continue. So can you watch? Can you see the video? Can you listen it?
Yes.
Unfortunately. This one, yeah.
And simply refer to a school at the tertiary level. So what are the differences between the two? That's what we'll be exploring in this episode of the Infographics Show, College versus University. Though college and university are used interchangeably, there are differences between them. A university is typically a school that offers full undergraduate and graduate programs, while colleges generally offer more narrow programs and may have no graduate studies at all. But actually, there are no official designations for these terms, and colleges and universities can call themselves whatever they want to. And the terminology can have different meanings depending on what country you're in. In the United Kingdom, a university is an institution that awards degrees, while colleges are seen as pre-university education institutes, as they prepare students to earn degrees later. But again, it's not set in stone, and as a general rule, English speakers use the word university as a generic term for higher education. The same applies in Canada and Australia, where university is used more often than college as the generic term. But if we're looking at the US, how can we better define these terms, university and college? Let's start with looking more closely at what a college is. Colleges are usually smaller institutions that emphasize undergraduate education. One example of a type of college is a liberal arts college that offers students an education in a broad range of academic areas, as opposed to having them specialize early in one particular subject. Liberal arts colleges are uncommon outside the US, so prospective international students aren't always familiar with them. Another type of school in the US with college in its name is a community college. These are two-year schools that grant associate degrees and career-related certificates. Most colleges offer bachelor's degrees, and some colleges also have associate's degrees. Some students begin their education at a community college and then transfer to a four-year college or university to complete a bachelor's degree. So if that's a college, how does a university differ? Many education institutions with university in their name are larger than colleges and offer a variety of both undergraduate and graduate degree programs. Universities are also highly committed to producing research, whereas it's much more rare for college students to be a part of any substantial research. But not all universities are big, says Chelsea Keeney, Assistant Director of International Student Recruitment at the University of Minnesota. Some are relatively small, such as Marymount California University, which had a total enrollment of 985 students in fall 2016, according to U.S. News data. And though many universities are public, some are also private. One example being the Ivy League school Princeton University. To make things even more confusing, some large universities are made up of smaller departments called colleges. Each of these colleges has a specific academic focus, such as business, social work, or engineering. One of the clear differences seems to be that universities are often, though not always, larger than colleges. Taking data from the National Center for Education Statistics College Navigator, let's do some head-to-head comparisons on the number of students at these institutions. Starting with colleges. McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland, 3,003 total, 1,667 undergraduate. St. Olaf College, Northfield, Minnesota, 3,046, all undergraduate. Ursinus College, Collegeville, Pennsylvania, 1,643, all undergraduate. Emerson College in Boston, Massachusetts, 4,479 total, 3,808 undergraduate. And as for universities, Ohio State University, main campus only in Columbus, Ohio, 58,663 total, 45,289 undergraduate. University of Southern Florida, main campus only in Tampa, Florida, 42,067 total, 31,111 undergraduate. Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 22,511 total, 20,140 undergraduate. Rutgers University, New Brunswick campus, New Brunswick, New Jersey, 49,428 total, 35,484 undergraduate. Okay, so even the biggest colleges are no match for the enrollment numbers that large universities have. For example, Ohio State has 10 times more undergraduate students than Emerson, the biggest college on the list, and the University of Central Florida has a staggering 54,662 undergraduate students, which is more than 4 times as many as the combined total student numbers of the 4 colleges listed above. To look at staffing these education institutes, the head of a university is called the vice chancellor. For a college, it's a dean or director. Professors teach at both colleges and universities, and the level of their pay varies depending on several factors, such as the size and location of the college or university, the subject taught, and whether the institution is private or public. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that the average salary of a professor was $75,430 annually. As of May 2016, the lowest paid 10% of all professors earn less than $38,290, while the highest paid 10% are paid more than $168,270 per year. The American Association of University Professors reports that the salary of full-time professors at private colleges and universities averages $105,323, as compared to $103,019 for those teaching at public colleges and universities. And professors working at four-year institutions, both private and public, earn higher salaries than those employed at two-year schools. Finally, let's take a look at a college and university that are on each other's doorsteps. Harvard College and Harvard University. How do they compare? Harvard College is actually the original Harvard. It was founded in 1636 as the oldest institution of higher education in the United States. There are about 6,500 undergraduate students at Harvard College, with nearly equal numbers of men and women. But the college is part of Harvard University, which comprises 10 other graduate and professional schools. Although part of the same institution, each of these schools is run independently, so they maintain independent admissions offices, teaching, and research faculties. So the difference between college and university is far from clear. In some cases, they are part of the same institution, but other times completely independent. And typically, a university is larger than a college, and its professors are paid more. Are there other differences worth mentioning that we didn't highlight? Let us know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video, The Most Dangerous Schools in America. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.
Okay. So, what can you remember? What have you listened? What have you watched in this video about colleges? What kind of information can you remember? And the difference between the colleges in Uzbekistan and the colleges in abroad. What is the difference? Can you see? So switch on your microphone first. Switch on your microphone. Okay? And a bit louder, please.
There are a lot of differences in between universities and colleges in Uzbekistan, but as for abroad, there are a few differences between them.
And college education is not free like Uzbekistan in this video.
Here, in other countries of the world, in most countries, college education is not free as it is in Uzbekistan.
Yes. Okay, let's begin. Today's topic is about education in college. It will be better if we stop the origin of the word college. College, from the Latin word collegium, is an educational institution or constituent part of one. A college may be a degree awarding tertiary educational institution or a part of a collegiate or federal university. And then college education in other countries. College education but different in each country. For example, in the United States, college may refer to a constituent part of a university or to a degree awarding tertiary educational institution. But generally speaking, college and university are used interchangeably. Whereas in the UK, South Asia, Southern Africa, most of Europe, Africa, and Canada, college may refer to a secondary or high school. A college of further education may be a training institution that awards trade qualification like our country. a higher education provider that doesn't have a university status or a constituent of a university. Okay, college education in Uzbekistan. At our previous lesson, Sanatbek mentioned above, in Uzbekistan, education system is divided into following. The first one is preschool training. Second one, general secondary education. And the third one is secondary vocational education. And the last one is higher education. Education system is composed of the following levels and types of education. A general secondary education or a 9-year period of studies is compulsory. Children start their education at the age of 6 or 7 years, and depending on their psychological and physical condition. The last 3 years of the secondary education can be obtained in two types of secondary educational establishments, professional colleges and academic lyceums. Both types of schools provide the general secondary education required for the further education in the universities. One more important principle introduced into the national program of personal training is continuity of education. Education starts from preschool age, continues for 9 years of obligatory schooling, and then for additional 3 years. The new concept is aimed at raising the profile of vocational education in the Republic. Next one. In fact, 80% of people will go to professional colleges upon completion of the mandatory 9 years studies in general secondary education. This offer a 3-year secondary specialized syllabus leading to a range of specialized skills in a select trade. According to the National Program for Personal Training, higher education is based on the secondary specialized education, maybe academic lyceum, vocational specialized education, and includes two levels, a bachelor's degree level and a master's degree level, in which occur mostly in foreign countries.
Okay, and a little bit about the necessity of college education. How necessary is a college education? A little bit about this one, please continue.
For me, college education is not important for me because when I studied in college, I didn't learn anything. The computers in the
So switch off your microphone, please. Switch off your microphones. The others.
Because the computers in the college are out of work, so I didn't learn anything.
Okay. So here it's told college is important for many reasons, including long-term financial gain, job stability, career satisfaction, and success outside of the workplace. With more and more occupations requiring advanced education, a college degree is critical to your success in today's workplace. Yeah, but you don't